All right. I'm going to be recording this. If anybody has an objection, please raise your hand or say something. All right. All right. We're good. One of the things we were talking about is how social media can be used to deepen the experience of recovery for us. But I also want on the second side of this to talk about social media to reach out. How do we use it effectively to reach out to those who need what we've got? Okay. And I don't pretend to have a lot of experience in that. I do not. I have a little bit, and I think everybody else may have a lot. I don't know, but somebody may have a little bit. Before we do that, though, we have a couple of folks that need to introduce themselves, and maybe the rest of us. I'm John Cates, and I've been doing this for a while, and I'm with the Association of Alternative Peer Group Programs, which is an association. Our goal here is to share information and answers and mistakes and problems until, with this disease, we reach the goal that we all want to reach with any disease, and that's 10 out of 10 get well. They aren't getting well, which means we're not doing something we should, or doing something we shouldn't, or both, probably, you know. And there's only one way to solve it all, and that is to get together and talk about what works, what doesn't work, what is working, what doesn't work. That's how we got to this point where we have APGs. They didn't always exist. They have for about the last 50 years, and they are a very, very effective way of approaching this. I will tell you that the Association of Alternative Peer Groups was the lead organization in a recent document, 2-page document outlining the goals for the Office of the National Controlled Drug Policy, ONDCP. It was requested, and the Association of Alternative Peer Groups, because of the history and success, was the lead organization in the document. One of the things that was named in the document is quit messing with this like it's a 30, 60, 90-day thing. This is an 18-month to 4-year recovery process. It needs continuity of care, and it needs case management for that period of time. That was one of the front runners, and you are a part of the organization that was asked to do that. So going on with that's me. Tim, you want to take it from there on who you are?
Oh, yes. My name is Tim Carpenter, and I run 2 sober living facilities here in Northwest Houston. I have been in recovery for 41 years. This is not my profession. I am not trained in this. I'm recent since I retired. Circled all the way back. Was doing volunteer work, local facility here, in the family side of recovery. I was a facilitator for 4 years at that establishment before branching off and with a white paper, basically just coming up zeros and saying, this is not how it's done. And the 18 months to 4-year thing was the gap, in reading the William White papers of 2004, 2006. It's obvious what the gap is. This recovery, you didn't get here in a month. And so this needed to be something, and the sober livings, and not just wasn't addressing the way that I felt it needed to be. And the family side is huge in what we do here. And it doesn't mean that we have great attendance. Yes, we've had up to 40 family members and alumni, but developing that has been a huge part. And it's good you brought up today's thing because of how we're integrating that family conversation, developing, if you will, that family side. Bill will be on here a little later. And yes, I run the houses, but we keep it separate in that I run the houses and with the clients. Bill is our director for families, and that's a separate program included in their stay here. And we are both looking for help. Love a lot of the things that just by participating in this group, we found some of the validation in what we've white papered came up with. And that's great because I know what my piece is. Okay. I know what my piece is, and I don't pretend to be some super counselor or a treatment facility or anything like that. Uh, it's to provide a safe environment for their transition uh, from detox or treatment and integration back into a workplace, back into family life, back into addressing the world and what those tools need to be. Sorry, I'll stop there.
It's all right. Sean, so good to see you again, by the way. I hadn't seen you in a few weeks.
Thank you. I know. People keep scheduling meetings for me at
Don't
Wednesday.
stop that.
I know. This is my favorite part of my week. It's like, don't mess with that.
Yeah.
You know? I'm Sean Blakey. I'm from New Hampshire. I work for the state of New Hampshire for the Bureau for Children's Behavioral Health. And we have a grant and we're building a continuum of care for adolescents in New Hampshire, and APGs is part of that continuum. So we have started up 2 in New Hampshire. And really, without this group, I don't know if they would be where they are. So thanks, everybody.
Lloyd. Hey, man.
How are you? Sorry I haven't been able to join you guys very much. Last time was probably last spring, but I've been watching the conversation and all the work that you all are doing, and it's really helpful. And I had a cancellation today, so I thought I would jump on. One, because I'm very, I'd like to hear how people are doing. You know, I'm Lloyd Zeal. I'm the communications person for Hershey in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Hi, Sean. I'm overseeing our teams, our volunteer teams for social media and pushing out the information about the APG, and we're not having real great leverage on signups. So I wanted to hear what the rest of the people were doing today. My background is 9 years with the American Red Cross as a communications and marketing officer. So I'm not unfamiliar with social media. I helped write the national guidelines for the Red Cross's social media guidelines that they use across all of the divisions across the country. But you know, that's primarily focused at donors, volunteers, and community partners. I'm where the tricks that I've been used to using are not working for this particular audience. So not working to the point where I think they should be anyway. We are getting some, Hershey was just on with somebody yesterday. She was talking somebody through some of their stuff. So it's trickling in. I'd like to see it happen more. So I'm interested to hear what other people have to say.
Well, we're going to let you run this because.
Well, I mean, you know, that's very, you know, like I said, it's not working to the degree that I'd hoped it would, but I'm happy to help in any way.
Thank you. Robin?
Hi, I'm Robin, Robin Bergeron. So I'm up in Seattle helping to create this APG up here. I mean, not helping to create it, it's fully going now. And we've hired our first real facilitator. And she's on here today. This is Charlie, and you'll meet her. I'm super excited about that. Just the people that have come in to help and showed up on our doorstep is amazing. I work with the families. I'm the family program director. So like you, Tim, we all have our own lane in this organization. We don't pretend to be experts in everything. And that's one reason that we're here, is to learn from everybody else. You know, what can we do better, especially around social media and engaging families in different ways, especially during COVID. It can be very challenging, but we do our part. So that's me.
Tell them how long you've been doing this.
Well, so I was involved in an APG with John at Lifeway 8 years ago with 2 of my kids as a family member. And I volunteered so much that I just asked them to hire me to work with the families, and it worked. So then I started working with them, running some of their family programs all around Houston. They had multiple groups. It was just wonderful. So I've learned from the best, and I'm so glad that you're still on here, John, and helping on a larger scale because you have a wealth of information and a big heart. We can all learn from that.
Yeah, you
So I'm grateful.
Charlie, you're up.
Hello, I'm Charlie up here in Seattle. My pronouns are she, her. Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I have been in recovery this round since 2013. I was an at-risk youth and did all sorts of different programs, and in college went to work with in treatments and also in juvenile detention centers. So this opportunity presented itself, and I just finished the film and the book, and I love this new concept of, well, it's more vulnerability and like role modeling the principles of recovery. And yeah, just that longer, I feel really excited about this concept that's new to me, and yeah, being a part of this.
Glad to have you here. Really, really glad to have you. Can't wait to get to that, hang out some more. It's gonna be a hoot. Hoot is the thing we say in Texas, by the way. It's gonna... Miss Nancy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nancy. I am an LPC and an LCDC. I'm the director of private practice at an organization or a company called Connections Wellness Group. We actually recently entered into a partnership with a company called Vertava, which used to be American Addiction Campuses. And so they are looking to replicate some of what we're doing in our outpatient programs. We've had a lot of success in private practice